Check, check.
Mic check.
We are good.
Yeah, we are good.
Welcome, one.
Welcome, many.
This is your Blasian duo, Danzi and Mr. T. Welcome to Dumplings and Somethings, a fun space where you learn something and we find the dumplings in life. I'm Danzi.
Or we eat the dumplings. Yu-kee.
Yeah, Mr. T.
Mr. T. Why do I say my name? I should say my stage name, yes.
You should.
All right, Mr. T.
Live up to it, man.
We stay on Mr. T. We stay on Mr. T.
2024, my boy.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, my guy. 2024 and more.
And more. 2024 and more.
Welcome back to Germany.
Nice to be back.
From your home country, Malaysia.
Oh, yeah.
You were there for how long?
For 3 weeks. I did after since forever.
Was the last
5 years.
Went home? 5 years.
5 years.
Half a decade.
Oh yeah.
Bro, that means that when you left and when you returned, the landscape maybe looked different.
Some things changed, but something stays the same. Something stayed.
Let's talk about that. Like, if you went home for 3 weeks after 5 years, what stood out to you the most as far as visually?
Visually, country hasn't changed. I mean, it's still the tropics.
But the infrastructure has changed.
Infrastructure might have changed a little. Infrastructure definitely changed. We have how do we call this thing? Monorail system. New rail system.
You guys have trains now.
We have monorail. We have, not like unlike Germany, you have trains on the ground. We have trains up in the sky.
Oh, really?
We have
funky.
We have elevated train tracks above roads. So that's what I mean. And then there are singular rail, so we call it monorail.
Whoa.
So they're not train tracks, not like trains on two wheels, but then we have trains that are on a single rail and it runs.
Okay.
In that way. Oh wait, timer.
You didn't put any timer?
How far in are we?
I don't
know. Are in 4 minutes in. All right, go. Keep going.
So, is the monorail system new to Malaysia, or is just was?
No,
updated?
It's not. But it's updated. It's extended. So it's reached. It has reached more towns, more places.
TNT used to have trains.
I think one of the episodes you mentioned.
Donkey years ago, bro. Long time ago. Before when my parents were kids. Yeah?
Sorry, keep going.
Yeah. Alright, so you saw some new infrastructure with the monorails. Family, friends, food. Let's hear it. We're having some technical difficulties at the moment.
Yeah, somehow.
Some short?
Somehow we have a short somewhere. I'm just not sure why. Something's happened. Alright.
Are you experiencing severe mental anguish?
What was it that you say?
Family, friends,
relatives, maybe some. Although much of my time has been spent on just my family.
Yeah.
And my immediate. I mean, the closest relative would be my aunt.
Was it awkward, like seeing them after such a long time?
I mean, awkward, no. Do I have some concerns? Yes. People getting old.
Yeah, bro. That's something I always feel like when I go home as well.
And I have a John Wick moment. My dog's about to die. I felt sad. Also, it gave me a moment of clarity of how, things getting old and dying. My dog's not getting. I mean, my dog is not murdered, but my dog is going.
She's on how old?
He's old, 18 years old.
18 human years?
Yes, bro. 18 human years.
I mean, come on. 18
for a poodle, it's
a poodle?
a long life. Yeah.
I've never had a dog that lasted longer than 10 years.
Yeah. I mean,
Like
most
at 10
maybe
years, they had like hip problems and stuff.
exactly.
You know?
I mean, at best, maybe dogs could live up to 12 or 13 years, but this is 18.
He's an old soul.
He also, but he's up there. He's about to go. He can't move. He's laying on a bed with Parkinson.
I remember I asked you why not just put him down, but you told me it's against Buddhist.
Yes, a
culture.
Buddhist belief where if you shorten the suffering in the present life, then the next life would be
More suffering.
more suffering.
That's wild, bro.
Yeah, that's what my aunt believes
That's
because she's a
wild,
devoted Buddhist.
So, don't kill me now, even though I'm in pain,
Correct.
because
Let you suffer to your death.
so that my next life
Would suffer. You would
I
have
have
less
no
suffering.
suffering.
Less suffering. It's like a checks and
I
balances.
don't know how I feel about that.
I don't know how to feel about that too. See.
I put my dogs to sleep when they were suffering. Like from the time one of my most beloved dogs, Pooches.
Yeah.
He was a Doberman. His name was Milo. He was brown, liver color.
Right.
Loved that boy. Loved him. I had him since I was 16 until I was 26.
Like a family.
Like a family member. We met girls together. We exercised
Wow.
together. Visually, he was intimidating, even though he was a coward. So people didn't disturb me when I would go exercise late at night. It was
Right.
that was my boy. And when Milo was 10, Milo had some severe arthritis in his hips where he
Right.
couldn't even stand up properly.
Yeah.
I would have to lift up his bum to get him to start to move.
Right.
And that's not a life for a dog. So we went to the vet.
That's
and
not
the
a
vet-
life for any living being.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
So the vet was like, you need to make a difficult decision.
Yeah.
And my brother and I did it. And I broke down in tears at the vet's office, the veterinarian office. Yeah, for real. I really did.
Gotta put him.
My dad,
Put him to sleep.
I think my dad knew exactly what was going on. My dad sent my brother with me. He's like, go with your brother just in case. Because my dad knows the connection I had with the dog. And yeah, Darius was like, he saw me breaking down. So like, he was like the backbone.
Right.
Yeah. So, I say that all because I want to know, like, Milo couldn't even function.
Yeah.
So I feel like I did Milo some justice.
You're absolutely right. I mean, it's fine in your position. I mean, even human being, I wouldn't. It's hard for me to see something living,
Yeah.
kicking, struggling. Yeah.
Wanting to die, maybe.
Maybe. I mean, it's a dog. You don't know what it goes on in their mind
So your aunt was like, no. We leave him until...
until he goes when he wants to go.
So what does she do to feed him, clean him, walk him?
She cleans his diapers.
Diapers?
He takes he's wearing diapers right now.
Nah, bro.
Like a human being.
Nah, bro.
I mean, some of the dogs are wearing diapers too. But they can move. Except my dog. Not my dog anymore. I mean, he was the dog that lived with me and my family for a year till my dad has allergies. Worsening allergies against fur. But my aunt has been taking care of him. And just like the way she took care of my grandma.
In diapers?
In diapers, she takes her to to pee and poo, and he feeds her stuff. He feeds him, stuffing him like a.
She feeds him.
She feeds him
Sorry, yeah.
like a foie gras, like stuffing a goose down its throat. No, not exactly, but I would have assumed that she would have tried to shove food down his mouth.
Now we're at a difficult crossroad between... I know you told me Buddhism is not a religion.
No, it's a spiritual practice.
Which makes no sense to me because it sounds like a religion then. When you tell me spiritual practice.
A religion is a form of spiritual practice, but with a with a regime. No, I won't call it a regime, but
Yeah, because Auntie holding on to this dog, that's a regime.
yes. Well, I guess every spiritual practice has its extreme. So I would consider this a form of extreme belief. And well, she can do whatever she wants. I mean, she accompanies the dog. It's not like she leaves him alone.
Hear me out. I said
She
that.
cares for that dog until the end of its life. And
I know. I fully believe that she is there side by side with what's his name?
His name is Bunny.
Bunny.
A dog that's named Bunny. I don't know why. I don't know how he came.
I guess he used
to get the name.
I guess when he was.
I think my mom named him.
I guess when he was younger in his active days, he was hopping around a lot.
Yes, he was hopping around a lot.
Fair enough.
So that's how my mom named him.
Is that this crossroad would be like, for me, if Bunny was my dog, this would be a crossroad between spiritual belief and like reducing suffering immediately.
Making sense of things.
Making sense of.
Yeah.
Well said.
Making sense. Yeah.
Because I couldn't do it with Milo.
Because
I don't have, personally, I don't have the lifestyle that your aunt has to be with Milo every minute.
Correct.
You get me? I have to go to school at that time.
Yeah. So you see, my aunt has stopped her education since she was high school in order to take care of my grandma till she passed.
Your aunt is like
my aunt is a caretaker, a permanent caretaker.
What's the female version of a monk?
A nun.
Your aunt is like a nun.
Yeah, she technically is.
She's on.
In a way. I told her, I say, look, you can be free. You can be free now. We just have to put down the dog. I mean, as ruthless as it sounds.
Do you think? Just hear me out. Devil's advocate right now.
Yeah.
Throwing a wrench into the engine. Do you think it's also a bit of selfishness that she feels like if she if she puts down Mr. Bunny.
Right.
No, we good. We Gucci.
Yeah.
If she puts down Mr. Bunny, she has no more purpose in life?
Do I think?
Yeah, because like
I think she has time to
maybe it's like a little
do the things she likes.
But what does she like?
Well, I don't know. She
the
paints.
way that you describe, she
paints. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, she could do something a little more. How should I say? Humanly.
Yeah, she needs to get a hobby.
Well, she does have a hobby.
Friends.
She takes care of. She has some friends, but the friends she has probably are in a different life.
How old is your aunt?
She's maybe in her nearing 50s.
Dog, she young, bro.
Hold on. My dad is 65. She could be in her early 50s.
She's still young, bro.
With no education.
Sticky.
It is sticky. She lives with my richest relative at the moment because she's the elder sister who's married to well-to-do husband, but I mean he's not filthy rich to the extent of not working. He's a businessman who's wealthy, so he's able to take care of my aunt, or the family is able to take care of my aunt.
Alright.
With no questions, just like if she needs cash, they got cash.
They have it like that.
My parents probably could help out for a while, but eventually may or may not be able to sustain somebody, a full-grown adult that has no job.
You know, just closing on that last point, you talked about how things have changed.
Yeah.
When I go home as well, not for the dogs.
Damn, this whole time we've been talking about just about my dying dog.
Not really.
We're gonna get into Malaysia. We're gonna get into
some the good stuff, but just to close off, I also feel heavily guilty as well when I go home and I see how my parents are aging, and I'm like,
and that's just my dog.
Why am I away?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But then I know if I went home, my parents would be like, why are you here? Why did you come back? To help us? Yeah, like they will never say don't come, because they would love to see their son.
Of course.
But at the same time, they would want me to live my life to the fullest.
All right.
But me as the son going home, because my parents are in the late 60s, bro.
Yeah.
That means I probably have maybe maybe
10
14 more.
10 or 15.
14 more of everything with them.
Yeah.
10 to 15 more of everything with them.
Yeah.
Christmas, birthdays, blah, blah, blah. 15 more.
Yeah. It's a hard. It's a we're at
It's a crossroad, bro.
a big crossroads in our life right now.
Let's pause there.
Let's take a quick pause.
We'll be right back after these messages. I brought
That looks
something
like-
for you.
That looks like Corona.
No, it's
Ah.
called Karen.
You
a
might
function
you might need to
today.
pop it open.
I got you. Let me sit down.
Camera's recording. Cool.
Are we on? We're live. I brought you a beer from my home country.
This time we don't have dumplings.
Yeah.
We didn't manage.
We have no dumplings. This one's for you, bad boy.
All right.
It's called Carib. It's a lager.
Carib.
Carib beer from TNT.
Right.
Cheers, bro. It's 2024.
To 2024.
And, cheers to you guys. Thanks you for being with us.
2, 4, and more.
2, 4, and more.
2, 4, and more.
Not bad.
It's not bad. Not bad at all. It's light. It's easy.
Drink this on a cold day. On a hot day, sorry, at the beach.
On a cold day, it's not too bad too.
You got to, yeah. Actually, it's snowing right now. To anyone who's listening, it's snowing right now in Germany.
Snowing in Munich, Germany.
And I grew up drinking this beer. Fun fact.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's true. We can do the research later.
Right.
You guys could tell us in the comments. When I was younger, I never drank alcohol very early in my life. But my father would always give you just like a
little taste.
a little taste of alcohol, and he would say it's for your worms
Right.
in your stomach, you know? To reduce it or
I think
whatever.
my my dad might have said that too.
Like, what is that about?
Something.
Is that
Maybe it's just an excuse. I
it's
think.
just an excuse just to let
Yeah.
you just have a taste of it?
Just to say, hey, look, it's okay to drink.
No, he wouldn't let me drink, but he would always
An excuse for his drinking habit.
My
maybe.
father doesn't have a drinking habit. We drink socially.
I won't say okay, maybe not a habit, but a reason to drink. You know, my dad doesn't have a drinking habit too, but goes to social occasion would drink.
Have you ever done underage drinking?
I did, but it was a light. There's something called a light beer.
Yeah.
Do you have a fast food chain in your country called A&W?
No, we have KFC.
No, there's a fast food chain.
We have plenty of fast food chains in Trinidad and Tobago, actually.
But there's a fast food chain that serves a kind of soft drink, but it has a light. Wait, no, that's halal. It can't be right. It's being called root beer. Root beer from the fast food chain A&W. But root beer is very fizzy, but sometimes tastes like there's a bit of an alcohol. But I'm wrong. Even if it's called root beer, it doesn't have alcohol. But there is a specific alcohol named shandy, but I don't know.
Yeah, we have shandy as well.
You have shandy too?
Yeah,
shandy has alcohol.
We have
There you go.
we have Carib shandy. We make our shandies. Yeah, love it.
Yeah.
And it's like for
So,
it's
shandy-
for people who don't drink that much, and it's a lower percentage of alcohol.
Yeah, this is like what 4%, 5% here
yeah.
it says.
Shandy's
So
like 1 point something.
1 or 2%.
Yeah,
correct.
true. All the
Yeah.
teenagers will drink it.
So during New Year's, during celebrations, people would drink shandy.
the youngers,
The youngins would drink shandy.
Fun fact.
It's an
bro.
excuse to drink alcohol.
You know, my first time drinking alcohol, like heavy alcohol.
Right.
Building on that same shandy conversation,
Right.
you're very right. The teenagers were allowed to drink shandy.
Shandy. Yeah.
Like, in my family, we always had. When I was a teenager, we always had family gatherings for Christmas, for Father's Day, for Mother's Day. It was very typical that the family comes over, right? And family and close friends. The teenagers would be allowed to drink shandies.
Shandies only.
But I would always watch my older cousins who are like in their late teens, 19, and early
And then
20s.
they'd be drinking the real thing.
They'll be drinking harder alcohol, but I remember watching my older cousin. She was drinking something called Hypnotic. It's a blue drink.
Right.
I remember watching her and I was like, she's sipping it, but I don't know the culture of drinking alcohol. because as you know, we know now, you sip
You sip
hard alcohol.
Yeah.
I just know gulping.
We're gulping shandies.
Shandies, juice, water,
Yeah.
coconut water, I remember one day, bro, nobody was home. I came home from high school.
You gulped that
I
thing.
went into the bar. This is where it made no sense. I went into the bar, picked up the bottle of Hypnotic. Looked at it, grabbed a cup, left the house, went to the back of the house. I don't know why, because maybe I felt like...
Yeah, you gotta be sneaky about it.
But no one was home.
Oh.
But I still left the house to go to the back of the house, pour the Hypnotic into the cup, and I'm like, bottoms up,
Yeah.
And then immediately I had this like...
You get the kick.
Pause. This gag reflex. I was like... Ugh! I was like, oh, why do people drink this thing? Not understanding how to
that
drink
shit
alcohol.
nasty.
Yeah, exactly. I just wanted to ride back inside, put it back in the cabinet, never touched it again until I was 18.
And then do you get to appreciate Hypnotic after?
I never
when
drank
you're
it.
18?
I never drank it again, bro.
Oh,
I never drank it again.
not even when you're 18?
I don't even... Yeah. No, when I was 18... What happened to one of my 18 birthday?
Why didn't you revisit that memory of drinking Hypnotic?
Maybe when I go back... I don't even know if they make Hypnotic anymore, bro. That's an old drink, bro.
You had trauma.
Whatever. Yeah. Alright, so Malaysia.
Yes.
Okay, so we spoke about the family and the dead dog.
Yeah,
Sorry.
my dying dog. My dying dog. He would go soon, hopefully. Peacefully.
Food.
Ooh.
You told me if someone goes to Malaysia with a European budget, they would eat like kings and queens.
Yes.
Since you've been to Malaysia,
Definitely.
5 years ago,
Yeah.
the cost difference has obviously increased.
Oh, it spiked.
Would they still eat like kings and queens, or more like princes?
Princes. Now we're downgrading to
princesses.
princes and princesses.
What's on
Definitely not kings and queens anymore.
Okay.
I mean, it was hard. I mean, I bought a round for my family and my aunt.
Big boy.
That cost me about 100 just for a dinner. It was already like 150 euros.
That sounds about right. Yeah, it would be the same thing back home as well.
But
I went to TGI
before I left, it would have cost maybe half the price.
Inflation, bro.
Yeah, there's not just inflation, but my parents would have said the weakening of my currency, which is ringgit, which is Malaysian currency.
RING.
GG, good game.
Okay. Ringgit.
Exactly. The weakening of the currency that's causing the surge in prices. That's not inflation. Yeah.
So aside from inflation, the ringgit has gone down.
The ringgit has gone down, exactly.
I pick up what you're putting down.
So when the currency weakens, the cost of buying materials and ingredients are naturally more expensive.
Okay. So when we had the independence episode, you spoke to me about the national food of Malaysia is a blue rice dish.
Yeah. It's called the nasi kerabu.
Nasi kerabu.
I went back home. The first thing I had was that.
I'd go to Malaysia, I'd be like, I'm looking for nasi.
Nasi is rice.
Oh, okay.
So the first thing that was in my sight was nasi kerabu. So
yeah?
I just went.
Man,
I had the blue rice.
You didn't post up anything, bro. You didn't share anything. How are people supposed to know? What you gonna do? Show them another picture of nasi kerabu? Where was your local experience picture?
My brother, you gotta live the experience.
Yeah,
not by
don't know
looking.
the experience, bro.
I know, but
you have a podcast now, man.
hey, look. When you visit with me, then we could social media this thing. I can't do it personally.
We're doing this here.
I'm an old-fashioned guy.
What does that mean?
That means I believe
Old-fashioned people didn't take pictures.
they did,
Exactly.
but they did take snippets and somehow print it out and tell a story, but they're not spending 10 minutes of their time at the dinner table taking the pictures, trying to get the right picture.
It's never 10 minutes.
You know,
it's 1 minute 30 seconds.
I don't know. I mean, people documenting it's a lot. It's a lot of.
It's a boomerang.
Yeah, I could have, but I
get what you're saying.
I'm spending quality time with my family.
When you're doing the quality time, you don't want to be distracted by the social media. You just want
Exactly.
to embrace the time. But we're going to get amnesia someday, bro. We're going to get Alzheimer's.
You're damn right.
How we going to remember?
I agree to some extent.
Knock on wood.
Knock on wood. There's no wood. Where's the wood? Where them wood?
Pause.
All right. So like I said, when I'm with my family, with the friends that I haven't seen for, I don't know, 5 years, I prefer to avoid that kind of interaction. When I'm with my friend, then fine. I mean, I'm with you. I'm spending 2.5 weeks taking you on a tour in Malaysia, and then you could document it. I could document it. We could do it together.
We can make it funky.
We can make it funky.
My parents also here too. Like when my brother and I pull out our phones when we with them eating and stuff, they'll be like, "Come on, guys." I get it.
It's I mean, unless I'm with a family or with a group of friends who are it's in the similar, or like mine, or does the same thing, they're not too bothered by your constant snapping of your smartphone, then fine. But I'm with people who are also appreciative of quality time.
All right, bossy.
Yeah, you know.
Street food in Malaysia. You know how people always talk about their foodies? I break down foodies in different categories. People who actually know food like they can cook.
Yeah.
People who really enjoy experimenting with different flavors and tastes of different cuisines and combinations and pairings.
Right.
And then people who
those are up there. Those who can really break it down.
Yeah, people who could break it down to a scientific fact, even
then
to a nutritional fact. These are foodies.
Yeah, I'm a foodie. I just eat. That's it.
I just eat, but I'm not a foodie. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm not a foodie. No. I had this conversation with someone.
Right.
I'm eating for sustenance.
You're eating for sustenance. Yeah. You're eating to live. You don't live to eat.
Yeah, I'm eating to live. Like I I can eat, and it doesn't have to be the best tasting thing, you know, because you know, like how some people eat with their eyes, so they want to have this, that.
Yeah.
Once I'm full, I'm okay. But I digress. Even though I'm not that type of foodie to go restaurants and give you the best type of menus at this particular restaurant,
right?
I love street food.
You're still a foodie. If you love street food, if you love street food,
I feel like street food is like quote unquote unhealthy.
Doesn't matter. It's still. I mean, you street food. There are thousands of street food too. You would be trying everything on the street.
I like trying street food.
And you're a foodie.
I like trying street foods.
You're the kind of foodie that you would eat.
Yeah, I don't need to. All right,
you don't need to break it down.
Let me break it down. I don't need to go to a fancy restaurant.
Right.
I can have some basic street food.
Foodie also are divided.
I guess I'm a.
You're not a bougie.
I'm not a bougie foodie.
Yeah.
I'm not a bougie foodie. I'm not a BF.
You're a basic foodie.
I'm a BF. You're a BF. I'm not a bougie foodie. I'm a basic foodie.
Still BF. Mm-hmm, both BFs. Mm-hmm. So you got. Shout out to Tim. Basic to bougie. You got basic. You got basic foodie. You got bougie foodie.
I'm a basic foodie.
I'm a basic foodie too. I don't have. I'm part
up there, bro.
I'm part bougie foodie too.
You come in my house. You come in my apartment. You cook different things. You tell me to cook nice pairing, and I'm
but that's still basic foodie.
And honestly, I let you do your thing. I let you say what you have to say. But in my mind, I'm like, let's just eat. Bro.
I'm still quite a basic cook too. I don't serve. I don't.
Can I tell you something?
I don't be cooking Michelin food.
Can I tell you something? When you just said that you're still a basic cook.
Yeah.
I thought about every time you made a restaurant recommendation. 95% of the time, it's always an Asian restaurant.
But they ain't bougie.
Yeah. True.
They ain't bougie.
But I mean, like, I've rarely heard you say
part bougie.
I've rarely heard you say, let's go to an Ethiopian restaurant. Let's go to Italian restaurant.
Yeah, that's fair.
You say it every now and again. 1 in every 20.
1 in every 20 would be a
Outsider restaurant.
outsider restaurant.
But 19
90.
restaurants.
19 restaurants
will
Asian.
be Asian.
Yeah.
Okay, from Vietnamese to Thai,
Chinese.
yeah, to Chinese, yeah.
Chinese, Thai, Vietnamese. What else did I recommend? The good ones. What were the good ones?
Korean.
A Korean?
Yeah.
Was there a Korean?
Experience. Yeah, Korean barbecue that we had for my birthday.
Yeah. Was that my
Malaysia.
recommendation?
No, that was mine.
That was yours.
'Cause I
Yeah.
wanted to
So you got that
experience
one.
Korean barbecue.
Yeah, Korean.
So we spoke about food back home. We spoke about family back home.
I did mention just one dish, but there were dim sums. Nasi kerabu was the Malay food. Then went back to have Indian banana leaf, Indian vegetarian
On banana leaves.
banana leaves. Yeah.
We eat on banana leaves in TNT. The Indo heritage in TNT for
Indian, not Indo.
Indian.
Yeah.
But
You said Indo.
We said
Indo?
We say Afro and Indo.
Because Indo refers to the Indonesian, of Indonesian heritage. Indo.
In Caribbean we say Indo for Indian.
Okay.
Okay, let me just clarify. For the Indian heritage of TNT, we eat on banana leaves for like traditional ceremonies.
Yeah, that's mostly Indian, I think.
Yeah, weddings, prayers, any type of special moment.
Of anything of Indian heritage. I
Bring
assume.
out the banana leaf. I want my roti a banana leaf.
Roti and banana leaf.
On a banana leaf, yeah.
Yeah. Shall we take a quick pause?
Okay, we'll be right back to the barbecues.
Reset the camera.
Okay, we got the formalities out of the way, brother. Right?
Yes.
Let's get to the nitty gritty.
What
are the ladies like? What the ladies were like, bro?
Ooh.
Tell me. I want to know. Microphone check. We're back.
What are the ladies like? I don't know. Can't say much. I mean, I would say, since me being a man, my radars are on.
You're a man?
My radar is on 24/7. I'm paying attention.
Oh wow.
But of course, to a normal person, women are women in general. They don't. You wouldn't be spotting too many. Because since, my antennas are up, so I'm just basically looking at women most of the time.
Yeah.
On the streets.
Is it weird in Malaysia to have a cold approach with a lady? Like you just walk up to them
Cold
and say
approach, not necessarily.
Yeah.
I did end up talking to some, just casually, since I'm on the streets. But yeah, I don't have much to say because I was busy.
Went to any type of party environments?
No. I did visit a restaurant that is run by a familiar friend.
Yeah.
He's Cuban. He was my salsa teacher's boyfriend. He is my salsa teacher's boyfriend still.
Okay.
And I went to the restaurant that he runs. I surprised him. Had some drink.
Went to salsa party?
No. We were just chilling at his restaurant, and then some people showed up. It was a kind of like a salsa night, salsa evening, but there weren't a lot of people. It was a Thursday night.
If there was a large crowd, you would pull out the dance moves?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah?
There was just
For
too
those of
little
you who
people.
don't know, Yu-kees are actually very good salsa dancer, Latin dancer.
Too kind.
He used to teach in university, guys, but the man is too humble.
Too nice.
So
Still fun. Would have loved to. Just didn't. I didn't have enough time.
Yeah, so you didn't get to dance that much.
That night was quiet.
Yeah.
On that evening, it was quiet.
Alright.
The entire part of that city was quiet for some reason. Although it was the one, it's considered the richer part of the city.
So I have a question. Scenario.
Yeah.
You carry your friends, me and the gang to Malaysia. Would you know like some cool spots to carry us to
Oh, definitely.
have a night out to party?
Night out, party, drinking. You name it.
You make me sound like a heathen.
Well, yeah, we're how should I put this? It's the sinner's getaway.
Chop, 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 chop. You know what's funny?
Yeah.
I remember when
No,
I
I
used to
don't.
do my bachelor's, and one of my professors in my bachelor's, he was checking out my studio work for design studio, and he said, I don't know what we were talking about, bro, but we ended up talking on the topic of honeymoons. No, sorry, I lie.
Honeys?
No, not honeymoons. Bachelor parties.
Bachelor parties.
We
right.
ended up talking on the topic of bachelor parties, and I was like, yeah, Vegas. And he's like, nah, not Vegas.
Oh, Vegas is too far. I mean,
like,
even
nah.
if I could carry you to party
He told
places.
me, but because we're from the Caribbean, he told me Dominican
Vegas.
Republic.
Right.
He said Dominican Republic. He said you get plenty. You get plenty
DR,
for 20.
you in the DR, you get
You
plenty,
get plenty
for
for 20. 2 for more.
Oh yeah, 4 and more.
4 and more. 4 to the floor. And and he said you're gonna have a great time there. And I was like, okay. So now when you come and do full circle and say Malaysia's what, a sinner's paradise?
Sinner's paradise. Partly, maybe. I mean, there are definitely
it's like what was the name
corners of
movie?
the city.
The one in Bangkok was the wedding movie.
Hangover.
Hangover.
Yeah, I mean, it won't be as great as Hangover, of course. Nah, I mean, Bangkok is a whole new level of sinner's paradise.
It's actually kind of scary, bro.
It is.
It is dense.
Yeah,
It's dense.
it is dense, and the kind of things that you'll find out there, it's on a whole new spectrum and level.
Ping pong parties.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I want to see one.
ping pong. Ooh,
I want to see one.
I haven't seen it, but in my head, it's already kind of up there.
It's up there.
It's up there.
It's up there for me.
Yeah. Even one of the podcast hosts, Tim Chantarangsu, shout out.
Big up Tim.
He has painted a picture of this whole Bangkok. How should you call it?
Hip strip.
Not hip strip, but like a underground scene. Oh,
Yeah,
It's not exactly underground, but it's there. It's part of the lives of Bangkok people.
Interesting.
You know.
Phuket, where's that?
Phuket. Sorry, forgive my ignorance. I never looked up.
No worries. No pressure. What's going on with this microphone, bro? It's pissing me off.
Yeah, I don't know why. We'll figure out later. But where was I?
Phuket, you don't even know where
Phuket. Yeah, I don't really know where it is.
Yu-kee, you're not even putting
I
on
forgot the
timers.
timer. It's all right.
You're a hot mess.
Let's run it anyway. We're at 40 minutes.
All right.
Right. I don't know where Phuket is. I don't know if it's an island or I don't know if it's part of Thailand. It should be an island. I think it's island.
I'm not gonna add to that because I don't want to sound so ignorant. So
Yeah.
I'm just gonna wait. All right. So on a general basis, you had a good time when you went home.
I mean, some good times, some busy times.
Yeah.
Because I had to
So did
pack
you get
up.
rest?
Yeah, I didn't rest too much.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. Because all the friends and family
Also,
want to meet you.
I took 2 days off just to drive out to the city and try to fix your laptop.
2 days
I mean, both days I have to drive and get out to the city.
just for me.
Well, I gotta go out.
Yeah, but I mean, like, wait, pause.
You were part of the routine.
So don't make it sound like you're only doing this for Darnel.
For Darnel.
There's other things that you had to do.
No. No, those 2 days, no. I had to do you so that I'll just
Pause.
add on to the routine.
Thank you, bro.
Don't mention it, man. It's part of it. I mean, I had to get it done. So what I do is I try to arrange those days where I have to get out, bring your laptop to the IT specialist, and then I arrange a meetup with a friend, and
Yeah.
I'll just be outside in the city,
I got you.
or I'll be out in the shopping district, and then I'll be shopping. I was just
cheap
enjoying
suits?
cheap suits. Cheap suits.
Cheap
Yeah,
suits.
we could talk about cheap suits. No, they ain't cheap no more.
They ain't cheap.
They ain't cheap.
Man,
No,
everything in Malaysia
okay.
has gone up. Inflation. Inflation.
No, tailored suits are tailored Chinese suits,
I want the rush hour suit.
aka samfu.
That's what
In
you call it?
Chinese,
A samfu?
a samfu.
The hand in hand one.
The hand in hand, yes, the one that what's his name? Don Cheadle
You mean from rush hour?
from Rush Hour or Iron Man.
From Kung Fu Penny?
Yes, Kenny.
Yeah, Kung Fu. What did I say?
Kenny, Kung Fu Penny. No, Kenny.
Kung Fu.
Kenny.
Forget
Kenny, aka the general in Rhodey in Iron Man 1. Yeah. Don Chi.
That's the one that
the actor named Don.
Kevin Hart said, "Damn," when he said his age. You never saw
really?
this skit.
I don't remember.
He's like, I'm just gonna call a number. I'm 52, and Kevin Hart was like, "Damn," and he's like, I'm sorry. Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
Because he old.
But he don't look old.
No, I don't think so. So, right, Don Cheadle.
Yeah.
He wore that samfu.
Sanfu.
Yeah.
That's a wonderful name.
A tailored samfu is about 100 euros. It's not too bad as well because it's tailored and it's good quality. But when I was on a vacation with my family in Penang, I found something at about 50 euros.
This would have been an awesome moment where you just pull out a
samfu, yeah.
and you just give me a samfu. Like,
I didn't check the size because I was on vacation. Like I said, I just pop in the shop. I took a name card. I said the next time when I come back, I would like to bring my friend and show up at that place. Because Penang Island would be one of the destinations that I'll take you and the gang.
A sanfu is a traditional Asian suit?
Chinese suit.
Chinese suit? For what type of event?
Wedding.
Ooh.
Chinese New Year.
Ooh.
It's a formal thing.
Can I just wear this suit jacket like to go to like a party with like a jeans?
It would be very weird. It would be cultural appropriation. No, it'd be ignorant actually.
Yeah.
You can't wear it to a Western occasion. It's weird. It's weird. But if you do end up going to a Chinese Asian friend's wedding, you wear a samfu, it's alright.
Bro, how many do I have?
You're damn right. If you wear it casually as a unbuttoned or untied suit
like a
with a t-shirt like a kimono,
yeah,
I think it's fine. I as a friend to you, I don't see it an issue.
But
as a stranger,
Chinese people will be like, look at this man.
No, okay, it's people on the fence with it. In the woke age, I'm trying to pull somebody's leg right now. In a day of wokeness, people would say that that's ignorant, cultural appropriation, all that words throwing around. But if you ask an old grandma, a Chinese grandma,
you look nice.
She'll be like, yeah, look good.
Good.
You look good.
Yeah, bro. Well,
You say, is there a problem? Is it racist? They say, no. You look good. You look good. You're not making a joke out of it.
I would love.
You like wearing it. That's you.
That's you. A shanfu.
Samfu. Yeah. Samfu.
That would be funky, bro.
Yeah.
I look forward to it.
Yeah.
I look forward to it.
I look forward to you fitting into a good one. Hopefully.
Gay. Ooh, yeah.
Problem with the tailored one. Also, it's gonna take 2 weeks. So we probably have to show up at the tailor on day 1. Then you collect your samfu on the final day before you leave. Takes 2 weeks to tailor.
And you recommend a tailored one instead of like
tailored one. The tailored ones, the details are beautiful,
we
outstanding.
Have to do it, bro. We have to do it.
What's even better?
Pause.
I mean, you can wear it. One thing. Ooh, the lady's wearing it. Ooh, wearing something called a cheong sam.
What do you call it?
Cheong sam.
Cheong sam.
The reason why cheong sam, why it's called cheong sam.
So attractive.
It's a translation long dress. Samfu meaning a shirt, a suit, not long suit, but a suit.
Okay.
The cheong sam is
cheong sam.
Long dress.
Cheong sam is so elegant, bro.
On the slit on the side of the thigh.
Ooh.
They got me going cuckoo.
Shit, bro. What do you and you're saying that's only for formal occasions? You wouldn't just randomly see somebody.
It would be very strange. I mean, let's say you're in Munich right now.
No. I'm talking about in Malaysia, in China.
In Malaysia,
regular walking on the streets.
Some people are appropriating it slowly because Chinese. Fun fact: Chinese in Malaysia are a lot more Chinese than China.
Break that down.
Because I would assume the Chinese in China, they are getting modernized. They are moving on to a modern age, and they are slowly putting traditions away. Meanwhile,
are you talking about how they present themselves?
Yeah, and also beliefs.
So dress.
Yeah,
Okay.
fashion, dress,
Okay.
beliefs,
Okay.
practice. Chinese. I think it's what do you call it? An immigrant thing. When you emigrate to another country, you would like to bring some traditions with you.
You hold on to that.
You hold on to
tradition
that
even stronger.
identity.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the Chinese in China, they are born into that identity, and
So they embrace.
they don't
new-
embrace as much. They're embracing new ideas.
Okay.
Meanwhile, immigrants in other countries that have migrants
Yeah.
in other countries, they have somehow begun to set foot in a country, and they would also like to,
Bring that history with them.
they want to hold on to that identity
get
as
you.
much as they can.
Makes sense.
So that's why a lot of practices still are as vibrant. Traditional practices are still well presented in several countries. If maybe the Chinese in Spain, in Madrid, because there are a lot of Chinese in Madrid, maybe they do practice that as well. I don't know.
Okay.
But as far as I can tell, in the Chinese community, apparently Malaysian Chinese are more traditional than Chinese in China.
Okay.
Because we
I would
also
love to
do.
hear what a Chinese from China comments and says on this video.
Maybe I
They'd
don't
be
know.
like, he talking so much bullshit.
They might. I mean, I might be wrong, but so far, a lot of our Chinese friends back home, or Chinese uncles and aunties, they have described that some of these traditions are not even done in China anymore.
Oh wow.
We do it in Malaysia
Okay.
because we're keeping it real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Cheers to that, bro.
Mm-hmm.
To cheap suits.
The cheap suits.
Yeah.
In the words of Carter, cheap suits. How cheap?
How cheap?
Cheap as hell.
Cheap as hell.
Maybe another take.
Yeah. Last one.
Timer.
So, let's end on a nice note, bro. If you had to give like a general statement about what you think would make Malaysia elevate at the moment from an outsider, living outside for such a long time and returning home, on first impression, what do you think Malaysia would benefit from? For example, like in TNT, I could say TNT needs to find a better way of waste disposal and separation. As
Malaysia too. Yeah.
yeah, like what do you think would be a better horizon for Malaysia?
This might be a hot take, but I think Asia generally already know whatever needs to be done. I think they've already seen it on the internet as much as they need to know what needs to be done. Whatever that Europe has done, it's nothing new. Trash sorting, that's an idea that's been discussed since decades ago, probably. It's just that we in Asia, in developing countries, people don't have the time, nor they have the
They must have the time, bro.
neither do they have the
Infrastructure.
no, not infrastructure, just the patience to deal with it.
I disagree, bro. But
I
continue.
suspect that's just my hot take.
So what did you observe that you said that you think Malaysia needs more, or to reinvest?
What they
or to
need
invest?
more,
Yeah.
there's a lot of virtues that we can instill. We can say, okay, there needs to be trash sorting, there needs to be environmental protection, there needs to be more civil services that improves the quality of life. But the thing is, all that talk can only be done in Germany.
What do you mean?
All those, virtuous things that could easily come off our head, our thoughts, like keeping the streets clean, having great infrastructure, having a perfect utopia. It has to start somewhere.
Yeah, they all can't start at the
But
same
I don't
time.
think people don't know that already.
So you're saying it's a mindset?
It's a mindset. It has to, and also it's a phase that everybody have to go through.
Like in my country, I would say the reason that we have certain, like how you just phrased it as virtues, there's corruption
There's corruption,
in my
definitely.
country. High corruption.
But the corruption usually comes from high places.
Yeah, from from parliament
Not
and
just-
from business,
not
big
just from-
business owners.
It's not just in the bubble of a country, but it goes way beyond outside.
Break it down.
Like the influences don't come from within, influences coming from outside. So, for example, Caribbean, you had a colonial history. You have Brits. The Brits might have set up a system that somehow keeps you from developing quicker than you should be. Maybe, I don't know. We were colonized by Brits as well. Again, this is a topic of colonization, but hey, we're always going around
So you're saying that
around the topic.
So you're saying that let me see if I could land.
Corruption stems from something that
Because
is
all right, in my mind, in my inexperienced mind,
right.
the corruption stems from people who have some type of financial stature, who want to stay in particular positions
Correct.
and
Power stay in power.
and making power moves. But in making power moves, they make a particular type of deals,
Exactly.
and the people who are under try to save as much money,
Correct.
or distribute the money out to other people as much as possible.
Correct.
Which means that the last person on the line of breakdowns gets the least in actual value, seeing if something has been changed, or some type of or some type of infrastructure, or some type of
But some
remuneration.
time of change.
Yeah.
Some type of change. Yes,
And
correct.
you are saying that the corruption doesn't even start from like the big fish; it starts from outside
No,
of the country.
it's a systemic. It's a system that's been built over maybe a century, maybe decades, but could be a century old, and that system continues to make things run the way it is. And but then again, it could go both ways as well. I mean, there might be people from the higher ups trying to do something, and then the lifestyles of the common people does not warrant that change. You know what I mean? Like, say government wants to sort trash, but people from the very bottom don't sort their trash.
You
What are you gonna do?
You would have to give them an incentive.
Exactly. So,
They're not going to naturally just do it.
well,
Their kids and kids might naturally just do it from seeing their parents and grandparents do it. But
Correct.
this generation now, you would have to give them an incentive to
Even-
sort trash.
but then again, over here in Germany, we don't even need incentives. But it's because we already have a system that is
we've
well
been
built.
following. Yeah,
Not just because we're following, but it's already been built. It's there. Every corner of the city has multiple trash bins, and it's within reach. But meanwhile, we're in developing countries where it's not pedestrian. Firstly, not pedestrian friendly. Secondly, cities are way too big. I don't know, you on an island is a whole different story, but me in a giant metropole, way too big, and we don't have enough.
Our city is dense as well.
You dense, but is it a big city?
Compared to Kuala Lumpur, bro,
it's tiny.
my island is 1.3 million, bro.
And how big is it? How big is the island? The island,
as in like kilometers.
Yeah, as in the size of the island.
I don't know.
But I might come off a bit too shallow. Definitely. I don't know how big the land is.
No, land. You had a nice point of view.
Yeah.
Land your plane.
But being such a huge metropole and places can only be connected by cars, it just doesn't make sense.
We just spoke about the above railway system that you guys have been developing.
Correct. That's railway system, but again, still a very shallow point of view. Trash sorting in Germany, everything is accessible by foot. So I could sort my trash and put it to a trash sorting little hut just outside my door, and then somebody comes and picks it up. I don't have to purposely drive, deliver my trash to a recycling site. Meanwhile, in Malaysia, I have to do it. I have to do it by car. And it's just not as convenient. It's not as convenient as walking out my door and, dump my recyclables.
It could never be done where you just establish a recycling location and you carry it there. You would have to make it easy for people.
Correct.
Not everyone who doesn't have a car.
Is that what you meant by incentive?
No.
Some kind of incentive meaning like pay?
I mean, incentive meaning like, for example, here, we get money back fund when we carry back bottles.
Bottles, yeah.
We have something similar like that in TNT. Like when you return a glass bottle, you get like a few cents.
Right.
But I mean, like, if you give people an incentive to bring trash, where they could probably get like a coupon to get a reduced grocery bill,
right,
or like a little bit of cash in hand, it would raise people's incentives to sort their garbage out properly and distribute it to the nearby centers.
Yeah.
That the centers have to be made easily accessible and plentiful.
Definitely. Well, I mean, one is incentive, one is to have a working system.
Yeah.
Somehow.
That's the system.
Somehow, somewhere. I mean, that's why corruption goes both ways, I think.
I was speaking to an architect. I don't know. He was one of my prior bosses, and he said, if you want to judge the development of a country, look and observe how they handle their waste. Based on how they handle their waste, you would know how developed this country is. And that kind of blew my mind. Because in TNT, we don't have waste separation, really. We just collect everything in a landfill. And we compare it to like Germany, how they separate everything and then they recycle what they can and then they get rid of what they can economically.
Let me shine a light on
biologically.
Let me shine a light on this view. You think a developed country doesn't have its sins of waste management?
Yeah, maybe they might carry some waste to some other developing country and just dump it there.
Exactly.
But I'm saying, what I'm saying, bro, is looking at how an individual country handles their waste. For example, in my country, people are still heavily littering.
Right. Okay.
Like
okay. In that sense. Okay.
Over here, people don't litter.
Yeah.
Everyone. There's a system. Like how you just said it. There's a system. In my country, there is a system. Garbage goes into the garbage bin.
Yeah.
Garbage bin goes to a landfill.
Yeah.
But people also just throw garbage
everywhere
sometimes. But don't get me wrong, people. TNT is not disgusting. I'm just saying that there is littering.
There are irresponsible people.
Careless
people.
Carefree people.
Yeah.
People who think somebody else will clean it up.
Yeah.
Somebody else getting paid to clean it up. That type of mindset.
Fair.
You get me?
Yeah, I get it.
And that trickles down even all the way from government passing a legislation for collection centers and creating more garbage bins for plastic, for papers, for metals.
Fair.
That goes all the way down just to the individual person knowing that let me not throw this can into the bushes. Let me carry it to a bin.
Yeah.
You know, that's a system that you were talking about. Not
Correct.
saying that these pioneers in like developed countries maybe do not have some dark shadows of how they handle their garbage. I know some countries like ship garbage out to other
Exactly.
smaller countries.
Meanwhile, smaller countries are fighting back now. I think
how you
by
fight
sending
back
the-
against garbage.
sending the garbage back to the origin.
How what type of position do you have to send that back to a big
Government.
boy? Your government, your
my-
small country government.
My government decided to put an end to receiving garbage from other countries. China does that too.
You guys used to receive
Yeah,
garbage from other countries.
Yeah, because the countries pay. Like Germany would pay to ship their country to ship their garbage out to other developing countries. I think
So when the
partly
garbage arrives in Malaysia, then what happens?
we sort it out, but by how should I say this? We give it out to small villages who process it by hand,
Who sort it?
who sort it.
And then what? What is the final
Landfill.
where it's just burnt or buried?
Either burned or buried, but I think it's more likely buried, like
So wait, you
a
guys
trash
have
mountain.
Yeah,
We take
we have trash mountains as well.
Yeah.
So you guys take trash
before. I mean, developing countries would
existing
do.
trash.
Yeah,
You just
So
blew
there
my-
will
you
be
just
sites
blew
like
my
that.
mind, bro. Pause.
there will be sites like that in developing countries. So what happened is after the change of government in Malaysia, the new what was opposition now governing the country, they have more, how should I say it, more proficient governors that pull the decision of not receiving trash anymore. They decide that okay, we're not gonna sell our land to countries to dump their garbage on us.
On our soil.
Yeah.
Well, kudos
And
to that.
say put a stop to it and say, look, okay, we're not receiving incentives from other countries to dump trash on our soil anymore.
I guess in this case,
That's partly of it. So that's what the headlines were telling. I don't know what happens behind the scenes.
so in this case, one man's trash is not another man's treasure.
Nope.
All right.
China's doing that too. China's also returning trash to the country of origin.
Whoa.
I think China was receiving trash from America, probably, but that was a lot of money. It's not small money, by the way. So maybe that's also some form of corruption. Like people say, okay, you know what, we got some extra land for you to dump trash on. We could make a trash mountain. You just got to pay us. But where does the cash go? I don't know. That's very interesting. That's a whole deep topic you could dive into.
Kind of goes into my thesis.
Could be.
Yeah.
So, but the thing is, I also believe that people slowly know how to sort trash as well, and finding ways to recycle trash. Maybe times may change. Times might change.
I hope for it, man. I look forward to
Look
positive change.
forward to change.
Gonna wrap up there.
Yeah, it's been an hour.
All right, guys. Thank you for joining us with Dumplings and Somethings. Thank you for having our New Year's drink with us. Remember, happy 2024 and more. This is your favorite Blasian duo, Danzi and Mr. T. Anything in closing, my friend?
Cheap suits, friends. Cheap suits.
Cheap suits. Ciao.